Clip number 5. This is where Donald Trump talks about Kamala Harris now being for taxes being waived on tips.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Would it be accurate to say that you're supportive of legal immigration, but we also need to shut down illegal immigration and especially unvetted illegal immigration because and that's not the same as saying that everyone who's an illegal immigrant is bad. In fact, I think most people who are illegal immigrants are actually good, but you can't tell the difference.
I'd love to hear what Trump's response to that would be.
Of who comes across the border. Does that accurately represent your position?
I say it very simply. They have to come in legally. They have to be checked. Yeah. Because look, Kamala was the border czar. Now she's denying it. Everything that I do, she's saying she was strong on the border. We're going to be strong. Well, she doesn't have to say it. She could close it up right now. They could do things right now. It's horrible. No tax on tips. And all of a sudden she's making a speech and there will be no tax on tips. I said that months ago. And by the way, they had just the opposite. They had not only tax on tips, but they hired 88,000 IRS agents, and many of them were assigned to go get waitresses and caddies and all of this on tips. They have a policy. They had a policy that they were really going to go after you, and were really harassing people horribly. And then all of a sudden, for politics, she says, she comes out with what I said, which I think is terrible. And I think it's also hitting them very hard. These people are fake. Now they're also saying they did a good job on the border. We had the worst numbers in the history of the world, not of our country. There's never been a country in history that has had a catastrophe like this. We've had, I believe, and I think you believe this too, you hear 12 million, 13. I believe it's over 20 million people came into our country, many coming from jails, from prisons, from mental institutions, or a bigger version of that is insane asylums. And many are terrorists.
So he's not wrong.
I mean, he's
not wrong.
How many years?
He's probably not accurate with the numbers, but the concept is not wrong.
No, but I mean, Adam, he's been saying this from the beginning. And nothing has changed. Nothing has shifted. Yeah. He's telling the truth. It's the motive of why. Why is the border open? It's not because they care. It's not because the Biden administration and Kamala and Mayorkas love these people and they want to bring them. No, we know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to flood our system. This is going towards communism, and this is Marxism. That's exactly what the hell they want. And it's the votes. I don't care at the end of the day, why do you want all these people here? And how many times Pat did the podcast? Tom, we all did it. Who was it? Cuomo and Candace. 16 out of the 50 states, you don't need ID to vote. 11, you don't need a vote. What are we even talking about? That's the reason. That's why she's going to stay in the basement. She's going to stay in the White House. She doesn't need to talk. You're right. That's a great strategy. Yeah. Keep her in the. Why even talk? Go ahead.
What do you trust poll numbers?
I don't trust any of that. So remember Hillary?
Some of the polling.
Well, I guess
it's a whole different ball of wax. You want to talk about poll numbers?
Tom, what are the most trustworthy polls?
So typically, and when I say this, I say typically, you have to go into the polls that talk about likely voters, LVs, not RVs, and not just citizens on the street.
No, but what, Pew, Quinnipiac, 538, ABC, NBC, Fox,
Vegas.
Vegas.
When the New York Times and Siena have ample time and they run more than 1,000 units on likely voters, typically you get things that end up being pretty close to where the election ends. And that's the only way to judge the pollsters, is to see what they were saying and then go see the election.
Is 538 a credible source to
538? Look, Nate Silver's a smart guy. Not a bad guy. I've met Nate and I talked to him at
Humberto, can you pull up 538 just so I just want to see what these numbers look like?
I don't want to say the name of it. It's a sports analytics conference. I just don't want to give any pimp to it. But anyway, the Dorkapalooza. So anyway.
Oh man.
Yeah,
you got to be a dork if Biz Doc's you're a bunch of dorks.
That's right. And so there I was at the Dorkapalooza.
Do you have that 538?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
can we punch in on that?
Basically, let's talk about two truths in the polls. The first truth is the Electoral College will elect people. Yeah. The second truth in the polls is when you are the media and you are shamelessly pushing Kamala Harris, you talk about the national poll movement. But these national polls, you never know what the composition is. Sure, you can look at the crosstabs and see how many men, how many women, was it relatively equal, but you don't know where they are. And if they over-index just a little bit in New York or California, then a national poll over-indexes. So when they're doing national polls, 46% support Harris, Trump 43. Adam, you could do it this way. Basketball playoffs are about to start, right?
Yeah. What?
No,
they just
he's saying in general.
No.
Let's just say
Football.
By the way, can you pull up the opinion on
I just said
Kamala?
basketball playoffs.
No, you say football.
No, baseball playoffs
The
are about to
opinion
start.
on Kamala.
Baseball playoffs are about to start, and baseball stats represent full truth. In basketball and football, you have time of possession. Time of possession can be very different, but guess what? The team that had the ball less scored fastest and beat you. So when you look at, these national polls, the national polls are telling you about trends of a national mood, but they don't tell you what the electoral college is looking like. And so they are running national polls. Kamala Harris up 2 points. There has been a bounce. There has been enthusiasm. Do you approve or disapprove on Kamala Harris? Take a look at this. The disapproval, is down slightly. The approval is up slightly. That is the bounce. That is the enthusiasm that's here right now. But these polls are inherently flawed. Yep. If you take a look, everybody thinks Rasmussen is just a shill for the Republican Party. That's not true. Go back and look at the Rasmussen numbers in the weeks leading up to election, then see the election. And then when they come out the same, you say, oh, wow, I guess Rasmussen was right. They were predicting things correct. Even if it was a state you lose, they were predicting it correctly. And Rasmussen pointed out that we've had like a 5 to 6 day embargo where there have been no new polls taken, not polls released. They say, poll came out today, and you look at it, just July 31st to August 2nd. That's a week old now, more than a week old. You see what I mean? Yeah. From when they release the poll, from when they take the poll. There have been like 5 days there, and Rasmussen, there's a Rasmussen clip that shows you how the bounce is changing. And if you go to the Rasmussen Twitter account and look for the red, blue, and black chart that they have.
Rasmussen.
Yeah. And they do
Rasputin?
They take a poll every single day, and they'll show you how the bounce went for Kamala and how it's settling. Sure, she is having a net gain, but it's not like what they're talking about. And this is why they can't have her do a debate.
Well,
she's going to do a debate. They've already said
well,
the dates,
they want this bounce, and they want the convention. They want all that momentum. And then she's going to have to walk in and do a debate. What, September 4th?
September 10th.
September 10th.
September 10th. That's right. She refused to do the 4th.
Yeah, and Tom, Rob, I want to go to you because going off your point, because Adam, we went from a corpse, a literal corpse, to a woman of color, and that base, everybody, it lit a fire. But Tom, you just nailed it. That fire now is starting to settle and just become a kindle, because now it's like, okay, we want to hear the excitement of you and Waltz and yay, fireworks.
But to be clear, she's net up from where Biden was.
Tom, I'm telling you right now, you could have taken a rock and spray painted it pink and be like, yay, anything would have been better than Biden. So that spike now is starting to settle. And I'm telling you guys, once the debate happens, that's going to happen. And then it's going to see when this is what I'd say about the Democrats. They're like a wild animal that's backed into a corner. Once they realize and they see, like, dude, it took how many years for them to finally have Biden raw out there, no drugs to debate Trump? And what happened? Everybody went, wait a minute. Clooney, everybody, money. They're like, abandon ship. The moment she opens her mouth live in front of Trump, it's over. And then we'll see what their tactic changes.
It was designed by strategy for Biden to fail during that debate. It came out 3 weeks ago that White House insiders knew that Biden would not step down, and that was a move from the White House to try and put him out there to show America that he was not ready and not fit to be president because he couldn't stand in a debate. So they knew this. They covered it up. They put him out there, which, what if they do the same thing? It's funny that Kamala goes, hey, if you have something to say it to my face. Trump says, okay, let's do it 3 dates. And she goes, no, I only want to do one of those. By the way, Humberto, could you pull back up Kamala's approval and disapproval ratings? I think it's very interesting. If you look at that chart and you see when she was was elected as vice president in 2021 takes office, if you take a look at how that flip-flops, that should be all that you need to know as an American voter. Look at where her approval rating was and now where it is, and look at her disapproval and where it is now. They flip-flop. She's actually at the same point. When she look at that right now, go back to 2021 where she takes office.
The favorable versus unfavorable one that tells it even better.
Look at approval.
It's the same thing.
All the way over. Go all the way over to the where it starts. Right.
Right there.
Now look, she's at 48.1%.
Okay.
Now scroll all the way to the right where we're at today.
48.1?
48.1.
Humberto.
48.9% disapproval. So if you're a voter, look at that.
Adam,
People wanted her in the beginning, and now people don't want her whatsoever. And that chart shows you that.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. She's unlikable, guys. She's unlikable. But my point is, what are they going to do? Tom,
well, I'll show you what's coming. What are they going to do? That's a great question.
Yes.
Let's go to that, Vinny. Humberto and Rob, do you have that? I just sent it to you guys.
You said it's a. Can you Slack
Humberto, sent it to you. You got it? Rasmussen.
He's going to get
in text.
it.
I'll send it to you in Slack as well.
Tom, debate aside, okay? Right now, do you genuinely think that she's ahead of Trump? Honestly.
Do I think that she...
Like, if the election happened right now, today, would Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump? Right
now, it's going to be very tight in Arizona and Georgia because women have moved and those states have tightened up. But I happen to think net that I look at the crosstabs, I think Trump is still ahead in Georgia.
Okay.
I don't think it's a pure toss-up. I think he's 2.5, 3 points ahead. Okay. Is it tighter than it was on Biden? Yeah. I think he can win this thing, but he's fighting the news media. You've got people on other national podcasts saying, hey, you know what? He has to defeat her, and he has to beat the national news media that refuses to inspect her and that is nothing but cheering for her.
Yeah.
Do we have that one? Can we pop that up?
Yep. He's right there.
There it is. Okay, take a look at this. Now, look at the tweet. Can you show us the tweet that put this up?
Tweet is here on the side.
The tweet on the right, Tom.
Trump versus don't let the embargo of other polling fool anyone. Democrats are in real trouble. Okay, scroll up on that so we can see the rest of the tweet that was there and see the one that's right. We're polling Trump Harris daily. Here are the updated things. Now, take a look. Now, let's look at the little blue chart. What this shows you is that Harris had a massive bounce when she joined. But take a look at the numbers on the left. The numbers on the left, there was a moment where the enthusiasm was up. See where it was?
Yeah.
But now, look what has settled back down if you go in. And by the way, there's one of these charts that's from yesterday, the 12th. Can you find this chart in the Rasmussen thread from yesterday?
Rasmussen. That just sounds funny.
It's even better. They run that chart every day, so anybody who wants to look at it can look at it. People say, oh, wow, they're this way or that way. No, go take a look at it. They're either going to be embarrassed. Now take a look at the 12th. Look at the last days. 5, 10, 4, 4, 4, 4. Trump is showing that he's 4 points ahead on national tracking polls. This is the definition of an enthusiasm bounce and a settling. See where this is? And now look at where those lines are at the very, very end. They're 3-4 points apart on a national basis.
Can we?
I think that's the truth.
Let's play a weird game here, guys.
Okay,
let's play a weird game.
Okay.
We're all Democrat strategists, right?
Yeah.
Just go with me here.
Okay.
Guys, we did it. We got Biden out. We know that he was a walking dead man. We got Kamala in. Can we all agree that's what we wanted to do?
Yeah.
As strategists?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
He's done. He's toast.
We got Kamala.
Yeah, we need her.
Listen.
She checks all the boxes.
I made a bet with you haven't paid up on yet.
Me? I won that bet too.
I thought it was going to happen, but did I necessarily want it to happen?
Tom, you're a Democratic strategist for this game.
Yeah, just let's play this game.
Oh, okay.
Forget being a white evangelical Christian Republican
all right,
for
go
a
for
second.
It. All right. So we're in the.
We did it, guys.
Well, if I need to be a Democratic strategist, what you need to do is kill me and then ask me a week from now because.
Perfect.
All right, go.
Perfect.
Hear this.
We did it, guys. All right. What's part 2? We're gonna just anoint Kamala.
Okay.
We can't put Gavin in. Can't put Gretchen Whitmer in. Like we can't Pete Buttigieg. We can't usurp this black woman of color. I mean, right?
Yeah.
We gotta
Not
get
just
Kamala.
black, but a woman of color.
We gotta go with Kamala.
For sure.
All right. Hey guys, one last thing. Everyone hates Kamala, right?
Even us in this room.
Right. Like we agree. We
She has
agree.
the highest turnover rate as a vice president in history.
What
amongst
that? What do you mean
staff.
by turnover?
The people could not
Yeah.
stand
Oh,
working
that's
with her
right.
in the White
Everybody's
House. They kept
quitting.
quitting.
So we're all on the same page here.
Yeah,
Biden's out, Kamala's in. No one likes Kamala.
Yeah.
What's the next step? You know what Kamala should do? Nothing. Don't let her talk. Don't let her defend her horrible record. The border's a mess. Yeah. Everyone feels inflation. She's the border czar. She's cackling Kamala.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, guys. Can we all agree here as Democratic strategists? Tell her to shut the up.
Yeah.
So you know what she's going to say
Wave,
tomorrow?
smile,
Yes.
wave,
I got it.
read.
And I got an idea.
You know what
guys.
she's going to do
That's
tomorrow?
the strategy.
You know what she's
Smile,
gonna do?
Wave, read.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Don't do anything until
Yeah.
let me land the plane here.
Yeah.
Next week is what?
Is the
DNC.
Yeah.
They're going to bring out Barack Obama.
Yeah.
They're going to bring out Michelle.
Yeah.
They're going to somehow
Hillary.
reel out Jimmy Carter.
Hillary.
Hillary. Bing, 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 bing. They're going to tee her up and they're just going to be like, Kamala,
Yeah.
just don't fuck this up. Get out there, stick to the speech we're going to create for you, handwritten,
Yeah.
and just
Stick to the script.
You're not inspiring. You're not insightful. You're not amazing. You're just the DEI coronated lady. Get it done to beat Trump. Stick to the game plan. You'll speak once on stage then, and one debate, and best of luck.
Yeah.
And that's the plan.
And let the puppeteers
And you know what?
run the company.
And you know what? They're like, that's enough to beat Trump.
Yeah.
And that's their strategy.
By the way, and I've been,
Am I wrong?
I don't know. And I've been telling people, guys, we had this talk. Do not underestimate these people. The Democrats are going to stop at nothing to beat this guy. By the way, we've been saying this with Pat on the PBD podcast. They're going to stop at nothing. If you think Russian collusion was bad, if you think COVID coming from a lab that we own, guys, once they realize, once that dip starts to hit, and you nailed it, Adam. I completely forgot about that. The DNC is going to be that new revival. But if they realize it ain't happening, then you're going to see the adjustment. But hey, just real fast before we keep going, because I know, Rob, you want to say something. Guys, for everybody that's here, that hasn't, first time here, first time Unusuals, if you guys haven't subscribed, boom, subscribe, please. Like, subscribe, Unusual Suspects. We're so happy that you guys are here. We talk about everything. And yeah, we're happy to have you guys here. I love you guys. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Vincent O'Shaughnessy here. If you want to see me and the entire Valuetainment crew, we will be at the Vault Conference September 4th through the 7th at the Palm Beach Convention Center, hosted by none other than Patrick Bet-David and featuring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Guys, this is the place to be. If you are an entrepreneur and you want to level up, do not miss this opportunity. This is the best place to network. If you want tickets, go to thevaultconference.com. Do not waste time. This thing is going to sell out, and I will see you guys there. Peace and love. So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.